Good day and welcome once again to another edition of the BEEF program, the Business, Entrepreneur and Economic Forum. My name is Francis Onwemelem. I've been taking you through some of the basic process and nuggets you need as an up-working mobile professional who probably are asking yourself a series of questions. After the 9-to-5 work, what else? What does the rule says? How do I start up my own business? Why keeping my 9-to-5 job? This is very key. And I thought we should run this program for a period of time and to capture on the YouTube some of the audience that want to get this nugget. You're welcome again to the channel. Last time we met, we discussed and we left with a quiz. And the quiz was, of these three options, what do you think is your best step when you are considering a choice of a business? The three options are A, passion, B, your emotion, and C, the profit. Very many people would have told you profit shouldn't be the essence of a business. But what we're here to tell you is that there are many reasons why people go into business. But what's important is for you to get the gospel truth. Nobody went into business so that the business will fail. You go into business so that it will be sustainable and you move on. And the question now is that what do I need to do to make sure that my business is sustainable? That's the essence of this program, the Business, Entrepreneur and Economic Forum. For those who have asked series of questions, I will try to address some of them even in this edition, and the next edition that follows immediately. In business, like we said earlier on, you are either going there to fill up a gap, provide a product that is missing, or provide a service that is needed. Provide a product that is missing, or provide a service that is needed. That is the main reason you are going to business. Now, while you are considering this, you must ensure that there's indeed a gap you are trying to fill up. There shouldn't be emotion in that choice of the gap. And there shouldn't be passion. I will let you know when your passion can come in. But for the dictum of business development, the business has to be profit driven. If your main consideration drops the profitability, then it means you are pursuing a hobby, not a business. Because we have said you have to identify a gap. Either you are filling up a gap by providing a service or providing a product. Is that okay? Now we move on to the next stage. Not emotion, not your passion. Now the question few people ask, what are the various options a businessman, a young mobile professional, or a third person, or somebody who is still working would have possibly fill in the gap? There are lots. Just look at around yourself. There are lots and lots. I agree there are constraints. I admit that, especially in this part of the world, where we still have a struggle of financial intermediation supporting young and mobile businessmen. That I admit. There are obvious constraints, we can't shy away about that. But the fact remains, you must move on. Constraints are stepping stones. They ought not to be a block. They ought not to be the end. They are stepping stones. You must find a way to overcome it. So we've identified that it is not your passion, it's not your emotion, but the profit push. Because you're either satisfying a service need or providing a product. Something must be missing in society and you are filling the gap. If that is clear, then you move on. Otherwise, if you pursue the passion as your primary motive, you are meeting people's psychological need. If you pursue emotion as your primary motive, you are making other people happy and other things. And that business may not be profitable. And if it's not profitable, it will not be sustainable. That's the basic rules of life and business development. The business needs to have a clientele base, a niche for itself that need its product or need its services, and they must be satisfied so they will come again and again. If when you have this equation properly set out, that your business becomes sustainable. Now we move on. What are the various options? I will give you lots. I run through some 5, 6, 7, or 8 of them, and it's not exhaustive. One is your electricity concern in Nigeria. Whoever is able to address that electricity equation certainly will be in money. In various forms. In various forms. Like I said, business development is not limited to small scale, but we will not shy away from people who are into small scale businesses. So I know you need that. The next one from electricity is the food business. The food chain has a wide spectrum. Has a wide spectrum from the farmer who produces the food to the gentleman who buys the raw food and sells the raw food or product raw, to the person who takes the raw food and product and adds value to it to make it what is called a consumable product, and to the guy who consumes it in terms of processing the raw food to a different stage. Then to the final arbiter, that is the guy who makes the food, open a restaurant and hotel of different level and different classes. So you can see the food business, the food chain is incredibly wide and very impressive. You can choose which area to fit in, but whichever area you choose to fit in must, and I repeat, must be profitable, and you must be filling in a gap. So once you have those two, then your passion cannot come in. If you have a passion for excellence in service, if you have a passion for excellence in service, and you've chosen to pursue a business in that angle, then let your passion come in after you have ensured that the business is profitable and you are satisfying a customer need. So we've mentioned two products. There is still the food chain business. Then you have the fashion, the dressmaking, call it tailoring, call it fashion design. Again, it has a wide spectrum there. You could be a person who does not even know how to sew a dress, but you are good at storing, opening a fashion design store and pushing, or even stage and prosecute a fashion show. They all have to do with the fashion related business. This business is getting stronger, getting better. You could be into barbing. This is the year of barbing salon having both the male and the female angle. But if your passion is excellent, when you now open your own barbing salon or your fashion design, you will make it a touch of class. That is where the passion comes in. Not when we are not too sure of whether the business is profitable or not, and we are not too sure whether you have a customer need that you are trying to satisfy. I hope I'm communicating. Then the fourth one is the properties. Again, has a wide range of spectrum here you can meet. From the guy down below, whom people will call a qualified estate creator, to the qualified guy, to the property developer. So you have the demand and the supply side. Then you have the finance area. You must choose, whichever you choose. Follow that same triangular the tripod. Is it a service or a product I can fill in the gap that is lacking? You must follow that. Is it profitable? Then your passion, whatever is your passion, either paying attention to details or excellence in delivery, can now come in. Then of course you have the service sector of businesses, management consulting, maybe audit, tax provision, insurance, counseling, and so on and so forth. Then of course you have the IT needs. You must actually pick out. It's getting more interesting these days. There are various angles of the IT needs you may want to key in. That good, impressive gap. I usually get impressed when I walk into the computer village and you have somebody who has just a small desk. All he's doing is attempting at all times to effect a repair on a faulty cell phone. That's just the job. Few of them have asked questions and they will tell you, yes, I make enough for a day to resign from a bank. That's the answer. You sit down here, you're only repairing phones. How much do you make in a month or make in a day? You say, I make enough in a day to drop my part-time or my contract banking job. That's impressive. Now what he has done is identify a need and a gap and is providing services for that. We'll move on. And then social needs. This is another area I ask many of you who are listening to me now to pay extra attention to. Social needs are not usually traditional our type of business, but it's gradually becoming very important. We usually have what is called the old people's home. That's usually what the government established and put old people who have no brothers or sisters, uncles to take care of them. Traditional African setting, usually the old people are taken care of by the nearest or the immediate family. But the world is getting more complicated. The world is getting more of a village. People no longer have a child or a boy who will just sit down for the rest of his life taking care of an old man. Now people provide such services, make a decent accommodation, decent provision of services. It's another area that is growing steadily. I can assure you, it is growing steadily. It's a business you can venture into and you have no cost to regret going into it. These are the developed, and there are many more. I have to stop here because I have to go to another segment of my business development. Refreshing your mind. Like I said, like every other business, you must ensure the minimum level of investment. Let me make it clear here. Yes, I said you do not have to have billions or millions to go into business. That is a fact. That is true. But for every business you have chosen, you must ensure you find out the minimum level of investment you need to put in to allow it to have an impact. If a business is a minimum level of £1 million and you are supporting such a business with 100,000 naira, what you will have is a battle of not being able to break even, and you will think something less responsible. So ensure, as you define the business you are doing, the gap you are providing, what is a minimum capital that you need to do to run the business at the level you have chosen. At the level you have chosen, what's the minimum capital? That is very key. You see the wisdom behind central bank asking businesses to up their capital base, because at each time they determine what the minimum a bank should have in its capital base to be able to run a profitable commercial bank, apart from the decision of your credit decision, your marketing and things like that. So it is in small, medium enterprise, micro, small and medium enterprise. Each one, even if you are frying a plantain, you are preparing plantain chips to sell in the hold up or whatever you are selling it, you still need to define what segment you are and the minimum capital that is needed. Now, when you pay attention to these 3-4 items I've just told you about, and you pick your choice, your business cannot fail. It's very key we understand this. It's very key we understand and appreciate these features. There's no point running away from it. Now, business for today. What are we considering? I'm picking an educational institution. You are there as a banker, you are there as a worker in manufacturing outfit, or you are probably retired, you are thinking of what next to do. One very good business you can go into is setting up a school. Oh yes, setting up a school. Setting up a school. Again, you go to my usual gospel nugget you have to follow. If you've chosen to set up a school, the question is, like every other business,